tells me your company stinks.
Frank, no offense, but this holiday's a little out there.
Well, now that we've survived Friday the 13th, welcome everybody to the Daily Space Weather. I be your host, smAsho, and I am more than prepared, thank goodness, for the Manischewitz. So I'm all prepared. I am good to go. And if it sounds a little weird here, it's because we are streaming live from the bunker. And so we're over here looking at the local yellow dwarf in 304 angstroms and remaining quite stoic. Here's the view in 131 angstroms. And we don't see any sunspots, by the way, folks. All we see is a little plage there, a little plage down in this area. Otherwise, not a lot going on in the corona, the solar corona. Although there is some stuff about to crash into the sun, and we'll get to it in a minute. First, we're going to look at the fields. So here's the view where I vanish. And there are the fields. Magnetic ones, that is. And a little bit of activity there on the east, but not a lot to comment on as far as that goes. Here's that rising region there. For some reason, this video came out extra short today. And here is the active region. Helio viewer, why'd you shortchange us? Anyway, that's from helioviewer.org. And there's the diagram of the projected solar cycle. Welcome to cycle 25, folks. Are you bugging in? Please leave a comment if you're bugging in. Tell your friends, tell your foes, that these are where the locations of objects in the solar system are. And if you're wondering where stereo A is located, it's somewhere around there. Stereo B is somewhere around here. And that gives us a better view of the sun, folks. I don't know if you're aware. But anyway, there's where things are currently. There's where things will be in 1 week, approaching another new moon. And here's why we're talking about stereo A. Is it a diving comet or is it Venus? Please leave a comment if you have an opinion. We'll look at it later. Blow that up as big as I can there. And that coming into view right at the end of this. Coming into view right at 3:13, around 1600 on stereo A's coronagraph. To me, that looks like a sun diving comet. And I'll explain why. It's because the path this thing has taken is more like this. If it was a planet, it should be more parallel. It should be on the ecliptic plane, or a little closer to the ecliptic plane at least. And that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it until I think of anything else. Equinox is approaching, folks. And it looks like it might be a pretty boring spring. Join us live. We'll be streaming to at least 2 platforms on the equinox 5 days from now. Almost 6 days. Here's where stuff is above my head. It's 4:43 a.m. Do you know where your constellations are? There's where they are, above my head. Whether I'm in a bunker or not, I'm fairly confident that they're still up there. KP index has been at 0 for the last 6. 10.7 centimeter radial flux, still at 69 solar flux units. X-ray flux totally flatlined, and we're going to look at cosmic rays. Also, we're going to leave a link to this site here from Physics Open Lab talking about the components of cosmic rays, how they're measured, how to build a cosmic ray detector of your own, for instance. In the meantime, let's look at Apatit and Barentsburg. There are the current both 30-day charts for Apatity up top and Barentsburg on the bottom. Next, we'll look at Athens, Greece. And we always link to the Network of Cosmic Rays Stations site below the vidya. And there's Athens. I would note that negative 39% decrease there. Kind of odd. Mexico City's next. Did I not click? Perhaps I didn't click. Perhaps it's not going to load. Let's try Moscow. And Moscow is back to sending data. And the mysterious spike that happened on the 27th is now scrubbed. If you want to learn all about that, watch our earlier videos. It's right on the thumbnail. Next, Oulu, Finland, and DOMC Antarctica. There's Oulu. And there's DOMC Antarctica as DOMB Antarctica not sending data. And again, we always link to this below the videos. Monitor them yourself. And on today's, we'll actually put this here. And I think we're going to put a Cosmic Rays section in the web forum. It's smashomash.com/forum. As we need to add a Cosmic Rays section, maybe two different Cosmic Rays section, one to the cosmology section and one to the geophysics section. Please leave a comment if you understand why I say that, as we move on to the real-time solar wind, which is pretty basic here. Nothing too exciting going on there. Solar wind density 3.6 protons per cubic centimeter. Solar wind speed 393 kilometers a second. There's the most recent data from ACE, looking corroborative. Here's the geospace magnetosphere movie, and it's looking pretty weak out there. Please don't get cosmic ray fluxed and lose your mind while you're bugging in, as we'll even get into some ideas on what to do while you're bugged in a moment. Next, we'll look at geospace ground magnetic perturbations during this magnetic excursion. And shout out to David Dubine. Hit me up on Skype when you get a chance. We'll do that call we were talking about. South Pole's creeping towards Southwest Australia, and we've got two North Poles. Welcome to the Neo-Renaissance. An opportunity for you to accomplish a lot of things that you would otherwise not have the opportunity to accomplish. So don't be pessimistic, don't be fatalistic, and hold the line, folks. GOES magnetometer is looking pretty odd and spiky. No surprises there as we look at the Gong 2 data regularly. There's the top view ecliptic plane field plot, and if you want to be able to guess what's going to go on with the sun's magnetic fields, I suggest you view this. And it's completely charged up by the South Pole, shown there in red, North Pole shown there in green. Not charging the current sheet, at least not the part that we're in. There's the B field, shown in blue, as well as the North Pole field shown in green. On the line of sight field plot, electron flux is very low, so Earth's shields are down in most respects here, as there you can see how low the GOES electron flux is, and we're not even seeing data from whatever the other one is. I believe it's the GOES 15. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Next, we'll look at the ionosphere as we do daily. There's 6 hours of data on that. And there's the current image at 8:45. Little bit of charge ups going on in the South Pacific once again, deep in the middle of the night. Thanks to our patrons. Consider becoming a Patreon to ensure that these videos will keep coming out and that our operation will continue to grow as planned. Or perhaps check out Subscribestar, or check out both, as we'll put exclusive content in all 3 tiers. If you enjoy the content on YouTube, please press like and subscribe here also. We've also got links to our BitChute and to smAsho.org. More about that later. Also follow us on Alt Tech. Again, BitChute, wild success over there, and some exclusive content. So always look for that as amazingly successful. BitChute doing fantastic. Also on Minds, it's the alternative to Facebook, where you won't be censored, you won't be shadow banned. It's all open source, and you have control over your experience instead of big tech attempting to control you. You get to control the internet on Minds, minds.com/smAshomash. Exclusive content there also. We'll show you some of it in a bit. But first, we'll look at windy.com's pressure map and GFS pressure forecast. So we're going to let that advance about 24 hours to see where things will be tomorrow around this time, according to the GFS forecast. Here's where things will be at about 11 a.m. my time. And if you're wondering where I'm located, it's in eastern Pennsylvania in the Lehigh Valley. One of the largest cycling meccas in the whole world. So perhaps stop by and have a visit in the summer. Head to Trexlertown, watch some Friday night track racing. Go on long pastoral rides in the farmland around Mertztown. Anyway, there's where the windy.com stuff is located. No more of that today. And let me please return to being able to control my PC. Ha 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 ha! And we saw a deep quake come in as I did show prep. It's this very deep quake, 579 kilometer quake there around Fiji, the deep quake capital of the world. Let's go up the list for the past 24. About 24 hours ago, deep quake strikes south of Kamchatka Peninsula, 214 kilometers depth and a 4.3 magnitude. There's one in Tanzania, right in the African Rift Zone. You can draw a line right there to Madagascar. It's a weird place on the Earth. It's a 4.9 magnitude quake. Here's one that's 400 meters above sea level. Let's take a look at that one. It's a Cascadian magma quake, folks. Doesn't really look like any kind of a caldera there, but that one occurring at 400 meters above sea level. And I'm just going to scroll up the list. There's another deep quake in southern Alaska, as I am starting to learn some geography there. See that, folks? That's evolution. Don't be afraid to evolve. In fact, evolve or die. Here's a 4.3 magnitude at depth at Argentina, as Western South America has seen deep quake after deep quake in the past several months. A good candidate for a larger quake at the surface, as there is another one, a 4.3 magnitude at 131 kilometers. Earthquake drought continues, nothing over a 6 magnitude for an extended period. If you're in areas such as this, and this especially, I would say be prepared for a larger quake at the surface, as earthquake droughts tend to end with earthquakes. Have you checked out smAshomash.org? Look for changes coming soon. And don't forget to check out the smAshomash.com/forum, as we've been covering the virus for a long time. COVID-19, coronavirus. And one of the things to do while bugging in is play video games, laugh, amuse yourself, maybe handle that project that's been on hold for years, maybe break out some emergency toilet paper. Excuse me. I don't know if you're a Twilight fan or not. Now, let's talk about the reverse wealth effect. One of the ongoing dangers is the reverse wealth effect. When the stock market sells off, Part of the reason why economies weaken is because people start spending less money. They feel like they're less wealthy, because indeed they are. When their 401ks lose value, it makes them less likely to purchase things. So we've left a definition of the wealth effect and the way it works, as well as various other resources here. So it's over 10 pages long now, over 41 cases in Pennsylvania, and I'm still not particularly scared of coronavirus, just of the human response. Keep in mind, folks, your ancestors have developed immunity to these sorts of things for millions of years. However old the human species might be, the immune responses are tens of millions, probably hundreds of millions, if not billions of years old, to get your immune system to where it is. And if you'd like to boost it a little higher, perhaps check out page 7 of the smAsho.com/forum in the free-for-all thread on the virus. Elderberries, yes, elderberries. And that's why I'm holding up a bottle of elderberry wine, folks, because elderberry is a natural prevention technique, as the elderberries block the virus from entering or even attaching to healthy cells. So perhaps consider some preventative maintenance with some elderberries if you get a chance. And thanks to Jess Ewing for putting that up on Facebook. We've also got some other remedies on there, as well as nutritional supplements to take, such as L-lysine, an essential amino acid that your body can't produce itself, but is required for the production of hormones, enzymes, and antibodies. And while I'm no expert on COVID-19, this is the cure. No, not L-lysine. That's not the cure. This, right here, Robert Smith and these other dudes, is the cure. Do you follow me on Instagram? I don't know. So anyway, let's see what makes coronavirus so scary. Oh! Is that all? Somebody please update this meme and add Google. Anyway, total deaths are approaching 5,500 for the virus, and total confirmed cases 145,374. As the east coast of the U.S. is blowing up, I'm told New Rochelle's pretty bad, and I'm still not particularly scared. As now that I've survived Friday the 13th, what else could possibly go wrong? What could possibly happen, folks? Mount Aso's erupting. I don't know if you're aware of the volcanic situation, but it looks like it's chilled out a little bit. It's producing a 6,000-foot ash plume, so don't fly your ultralight John Denver-style plane over that. Kadavar at New Guinea is exploding. 5,000-foot plume there. Popocatépetl has dissipated. Don't let that be your opportunity to pitch a tent on the lower slopes of Popocatépetl, as it can still murder you. Sangay exploding. 19,000-foot plume there. I think that's an uptick at Sangay. Revenador exploding. Flight level 18,000 there. And while ash is not identifiable at Sabancaya, please do not pole vault the caldera. Next, we'll look at the extreme meridional jet stream flow. And check out the jet stream roller coaster here. Look at that. 180, another 180, another 180, another 180. It looks like the definition of the term meridional jet stream flow, if you look it up on, I don't know, websites that understand atmospheric physics, perhaps. Now, don't look at that and go, oh my God! Just stay calm. It'll be fine. Just, this too shall pass. Here are the jet streams in the east. And let's look at the whole northern geometric view here, northern geographic polar view. Check out the funky jet stream patterns going on up there. Yowzers. David Devine, don't forget to talk about the ice. Got to talk about the ice. We were not going to do it in this video. We're going to do that later today. And here is the water vapor map for Africa and Europe. Here's the water vapor map for the Far East and Oceania. And I see we have chats. We're going to get to it in a moment. Here is the water vapor map over the US. And I see a dry air. I see some evaporated water, aka dry massive air, practically right above my head. I'm going to zoom in. As it looks like it's going to be a little cooler today and a little windy, and I've been discouraged from riding a bicycle, folks. Can you believe it? Anyway, you see those crisscrossing patterns there, as there are two different systems happening. We've got a lower level low, which is kind of stationary, and an upper level low, which is these lines here. And that's basically what's going on there. I would also note the Hall currents in these areas, and these areas, and these areas where they're making a perfect crosshatch. And if you think planes can do that, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, here's the U.S. Doppler radar map. And here's the lightning map. And it looks like some lightning is striking Lubbock. Shout out to Lubbock. Is it a good vacation spot? I want to go on vacation to Texas. It seems lovely. Perhaps I'll move there. Lubbock, I'd say that there was thunder rolling in, but I don't think there is. Anyway, lightningmaps.org is a good time. It's a real-time lightning map. And hey, smAsh team, thanks for tuning in. And by the way, when we say the smAsh team, we're talking about the fact that these videos are partially a collaborative effort, so we appreciate all of your feedback, all of your patronage, etc., as we are going in a lot of different directions at the same time. So thanks for your patience. Thanks for being friends, foes, and neutrals. Last thing we're going to look at is some more images of the sun before we get to the chat. And don't worry, folks, the chat's going to be on the screen soon enough. And thanks for leaving comments. Be stoic. By the way, I sent Andrew Collins an email today, looking to get Andrew Collins on the show. And excellent. I'm glad that you were able to see via looking at YouTube that we were going to go live. I'm just going to scroll down here. I don't know why you think you owe me money, but in any case, we appreciate your attempts to get us paid. Here are the magnetic fields in the colorized magnetogram. And you can see some areas are showing up here with a little bit of organization. This area right here, which would be a cycle 24 plage, I believe. Yeah, that would be a cycle 24 if that turned into anything. So seeing much more cycle 25 behavior right now than cycle 24. So again, once again, folks, welcome to the cycle 25. We're going to close things out by looking at the 94 angstroms view. And you must never stop evolving, folks. Evolve or die is a constant, ongoing trope in nature. Deal with it. When you're trying to understand information and it makes your brain hurt, that's a good thing. Learn how to embrace that pain, as ignorance is the root of all knowledge. You can't possibly know something before you are ignorant of it. That's just the way brains work. That's the way hard drives work. And they're not really all that dissimilar. By the way, there's going to be a very interesting story that we're going to cover today, a little bit in some future video about memory, as there's been a massive breakthrough. And perhaps we'll get my pal Sam Afif to come on. He's a PhD in organic, biomedical engineering, something in that realm. I don't want to say too much, as I could give away some proprietary patent information. Anyway, we're out, and look for more videos coming out today, at least one more, and it should be pretty lengthy, and so look for that. Remember, stare at the sun, don't drink it. If you do, don't drive. And if you do drink elderberry wine. And since it'll never be now again, folks, may the solar wind be at your back. And this is smAsh signing off from the smAsh bunker.